Hi everybody, it's Jody with GirlMeetsUke, and I've got a very fun video that I'm excited about because I think it's going to help a lot of people, where I'm going to be comparing the Kala Waterman soprano with the Outdoor Ukulele soprano. These are both all plastic ukuleles, which have a lot of similarities and a lot of differences. So if you are considering one, this video should help you. We're going to start with appearance and aesthetics of the two instruments and then move our way all the way to the playability and then sound. Both of these are translucent, which is hard to show you because I don't have any light behind me. But basically light can pass through and you can kind of see through them. The Waterman is more translucent than the Outdoor Ukulele. However, the Waterman, not all of them are translucent. They come in lots of different colors. They even have a glow-in-the-dark one. They have a completely clear one and translucent ones. The finish on these, you can even just tell, like the Waterman one is like a glossy plastic and the Outdoor Ukulele is more of like a matte, like kind of finish. I prefer this one because the Outdoor or the Waterman, you can see like fingerprints and smudges all on it because they just stick on there because it's a glossy finish. This one, you don't see any of that. So I kind of like the feel of this one better, but completely, individual to different people's taste. The bodies are very similar in size and shape. I believe so. The top part of the figure 8 body is almost identical, and then the bottom part, the Outdoor Ukulele is slightly wider, but also slightly shorter. But very, very comparable. Not much difference in the body shape. Let's see. The fret markers. The Waterman has painted on frets and fret markers. It's like a silver paint, and they do have them on the sides. The drawback to that, as you can see already here, it can wipe off and will wipe off with playing. And then it will, not look as good after some time. Also, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but the fret markers are not in the center of the frets, and that kind of bugs me. It's silly, but so that is what we have on the Waterman. On the Outdoor Ukulele, those are actually inlaid. It's really hard to show you, but those are inlaid, so they're not going to wipe off. However, they don't have them on the sides, so you could put them in on your own with a white Sharpie, or I've seen people use white fingernail polish. And then the frets are not painted at all, which I like that because then you're not going to see wear on the frets. That's a difference on the necks. Both of them are 2 pieces of plastic. A top piece, you can see it better on this one. There's a top, this whole top and the fret and the top of the headstock are all one piece, and then the body and the neck and the bottom of the headstock are all one piece. So the top is glued onto the bottom. On the Outdoor Ukulele, you can see that seam, see it right there? It's pretty distinct, and it's one of the few things I don't like about the Outdoor Ukulele. I don't like being reminded that it's just 2 pieces of plastic glued together. On the Waterman, you can't really see the seam very much. It's much cleaner, so I like that better on here, but it's not really a very big deal. What else? I have my little notes. Oh, the sound hole. The sound hole on the Waterman has this extra piece. It goes pretty deep, and I'm not really sure why. I guess maybe to reinforce the sound hole, and that is not on the Outdoor Ukulele. What else? Oh, okay. 0 fret. So this is going to be moving into playability right now. So the Waterman has a 0 fret. As you can see, it's like that little fret. It's actually not painted, but it's this little fret right here below the nut. And typically, I really like 0 frets because it makes the action lower and the intonation better. However, that is not the case with the Waterman. The Outdoor Ukulele does not have a 0 fret, as you can see. But the action is so much better on the Outdoor Ukulele. And this is important because on a plastic ukulele, you cannot adjust. Typically, if you want to adjust the action, you would take out the saddle right here and file it down, or you could even file deeper grooves in the nut. But you can't do this. This is all one piece of plastic, and it's very, very sturdy plastic, which we'll be talking about in a moment. So you can't really make adjustments on either one of these. So it's very important that they get it right and that the action is good. And the action is not good on this one. When I first did my review on this one, I mentioned it, but I said, you know, I wish it were a little bit lower, but it's okay. After playing this one, now it's I'm going to try and show you, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Okay, so action is the distance from the string to the fretboard. So if you look at it like that, okay. So the distance, especially up here, as you can see, is very low, which makes it very easy to play. And then up here, that's about the distance. Okay, so now let's look at it on the Waterman. There, okay. So if you can see, that's a lot farther distance, and that's just the 2nd fret. And then down here, look at that. Look how high the action is. I'm going to show you that one more time. Okay, we'll do it on the 12th fret. Okay, see the distance from the string to the fret, and then I'll do it on the 12th fret here. Okay, can you see the difference? So what that boils down to is this one is a lot easier to play than this one. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more, but that is a big reason why I don't think this one is actually very good for beginners. Another issue, intonation, they're both good and acceptable. But when I was testing all the frets with my tuner, intonation was a little bit better on this one too. So both of those are surprising considering this one has a 0 fret and this one doesn't. In this case, this one still has better action and better intonation. Tuners. These are very nice tuners. And with the Outdoor Ukulele, you can pay a little extra for upgraded tuners, and which I did not do. And these are still really, they're both open geared tuners. These I have not had any trouble with. I can tune it just fine and precisely, and it's good to go. This one, the tuners, I do not like at all. And I don't think it's just this one because I have played a lot of Watermans. I taught a ukulele class that used all Watermans. And the problem with this is when you're tuning it and you're turning the tuners, it's like nothing happens. I'm going to do it here so you don't see my blue thumb. Okay, so it's like nothing happens, and then all of a sudden you turn it a little bit more, and it's jumped like, oh, you know, a lot. And so it's hard to tune, which once the strings settle in, you don't have to tune it that much, and it's not as big of a deal. But in the beginning, it is a big deal. It takes a long time to tune, and it's tricky. So that's another reason why this isn't ideal for beginners. It's not as easy to play, and it's difficult to tune. We spend a lot of time in our classes tuning these instruments because they were all new when I taught the class. So that's kind of a con for the Waterman. Not very good tuners. Not at all. So what else we got here? Tuner. Okay, the neck shape. I really like the profile on this one because it's got that, see how it's like flat on the back? So it's very comfortable when you're playing, because you should have your thumb on the back when you're playing, especially bar chords. And it just gives this nice spot for your thumb. So I really like that the neck on this one. The older outdoor ukuleles were really boxy necks, and people they were like chunky and like square, and people didn't like it, and they changed it. But this one it's more like most ukuleles that I play, which is all rounded, which is fine. It's not a problem, but I really like it on this one. And also I again like the finish better on this neck than the glossy finish. It's more enjoyable to play, I find, because if you're like sweaty or something and then you're playing this, it could be a little bit like not as enjoyable. Okay, strings. This one came with fluorocarbon strings, although you can request others, I believe. You may have to pay for them though. This one came with Aquila now get strings, and keep that in mind when we're doing this sound comparison, that they do have different strings, and I may switch the strings on one of them. 2019 is going to be my year of experimenting with strings, so if I ever have the same strings on both of them, I will definitely do another sound comparison. But you will hear they have a drastically different sound, I think, even despite the different strings. So what else? Price is a big one. This one was $105, and this one is $40. Big difference there. Very big difference. This one is made in the United States. This one is made in China. I think that's part of it as well, as part of the price difference. This one, the materials are different also. They're both plastic. However, this one is an ABS plastic. And despite, I've read a lot of reviews and things on this, and a lot of people said it was polycarbonate. But then when you look on the Kala website, they say it's all ABS plastic. And that's important because polycarbonate, which this one is made out of, is stronger. And this one also has like strands, like fiberglass in it as well. So this one is super, super, super durable. And on the website, they say it can withstand temperatures from -40 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. This one, I don't know. I don't know what would happen if I left it in my car in the heat of the summer. I don't know. And I may do it. I'm really kind of curious, because I feel like a big plus for the outdoor ukulele is its durability, but I really, I haven't tested this one. I don't know how durable this one is. I know it's waterproof, which is good. And it's gonna withstand a lot of temperature changes and humidity changes, and it's gonna be okay because there's no wood on it. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's as durable as this one at all. But I haven't tested it. So I may do that because this was only $40. So I may do a little experiment this summer and leave them both in my car. This one, incidentally, is my car ukulele. That's why I got it. And so far, so good. I think we're ready for the sound sample. Okay, so I'm going to do some finger picking on both of them and some strumming on both of them, and let you decide what sound. They do have drastically different sounds. So we'll start with the finger picking with the Kala Waterman. Alright, so that's the finger picking. Now we'll do a little bit of strumming. And now, how about a little chord melody? started checking. So those are the sound samples, and I'm just going to give you my opinion, but you heard them yourself, so you can have your own opinion. But I kind of appreciate hearing what the person who's playing them had to say about them. I think both of them sound better strummed than fingerpicked. I think that the Outdoor Ukulele is a lot more resonant, and the Waterman is a little bit more like hollow sounding and a little bit like dead sounding when you go up the neck. Definitely this one's brighter. Definitely this one's louder. Those are the big differences in the sound. So it's kind of, it's hard to say, you know, which one you should get because of the price difference. If the price were the same, I would say this one, hands down, because it's easier to play, it's more resonant, better intonation, more durable. But it's over twice the price of this one. And this one is playable, but again, I don't recommend this one for beginners. The action's too high and you can't adjust it, and it's difficult to tune. And those are, I think, a big deal. But then again, I don't necessarily recommend this for a beginner either. I think a beginner should have a wooden ukulele. I think these are for hardcore ukulele players that want a ukulele everywhere, take them everywhere with them. Or, you know, while they're kayaking, things like that. So I don't really think either of these are beginner ukuleles, to be honest. But certainly not this one. And I kind of feel bad because we bought a whole bunch of them for this class that I taught at the Boys and Girls Club. And it was their first ukulele. And we actually gave a few of them away. I have a different one that may be a good beginner one. You will see. I'm not done with this travel ukulele series because I'm going to be getting another one in the mail very soon as a gift from a subscriber and friend. So stay tuned for that. And that one I'm hoping might be a better possibility for beginners because it's closer in size to this, in price to this one. But that's all. But if you have questions, please post them in the comments, and I will put a link if I ever do. I will do another sound comparison with the exact same strings. And so once I do that, I'll put a link in this video to that as well. Have a great day, everybody. I hope this video was helpful to you. And don't forget to play your uke today. Bye.